We will explore the Netflix series, which is called Three Body Problem, and what the existential question is, by Darina Bemerova. In this analysis, we will explore the three-body problem, particularly episode 3, and how hard science fiction is used to study humanity's fractured response to existential threats. My research question asks this: does humanity need existential fear to achieve unity? I argue that in my thesis that the series suggests that humanity is incapable of global cooperation without it catalyzing fear, which highlights the fundamental instability in civilization. Episode 3, Destroyer of Worlds. In this episode, we follow a group of scientists, which go by the name of Oxford 5, as they investigate the link between suicides of fellow scientists, the mysterious VR game called Three Body, which is based on the problem of figuring out the unpredictable and chaotic behavior of the alien planet's environment, and what ties all of this has to the secretive alien contact group. The episode's climax reveals that solving the game only leads to destruction, symbolizing humanity's self-sabotaging behavior. The historical flashbacks and the game itself show how fear and trauma shape human choices. The force that drives Ye Wen-jae to make contact with the Tristellarians is the trauma which she endured during the Cultural Revolution. After witnessing the brutal death of her father and experiencing isolation and betrayal, she loses her faith in humanity's ability to govern itself justly. This mirrors historical patterns of political violence and repression. Fei Yan's research on suicides during this era highlights the desperation people felt. Ye's betrayal of humanity, the decision to invite an alien force to intervene, is more than an individual act of desperation. It symbolizes a deeper and more systematic mistrust of human systems. The immersive VR game and the siphon of surveillance reflects deep real-world anxieties about technological overreach and data privacy. The VR game draws in players by offering an environment that feels intensely real, blurring the lines between virtual experience and personal identity. In the meantime, the siphons, which are higher dimensional particles that are capable of monitoring all human activities without detection, and create a world where true privacy becomes impossible. As Cedric notes, tech is increasingly fused with personal identity, which raises fears about autonomy and manipulation. The show's portrayal of this mirrors real concerns about who controls information and how it affects free will. We see how humanity only begins to show signs of unity when faced with the existential threat of an alien invasion. Before the presence of the Tristellarians is revealed, global politics remain fractured, driven by self-interest, competition, and distrust. The overwhelming fear of the annihilation is the only thing that forces governments and scientists to work together. Dyson compares this to political realism, arguing that fear forces unity while peace allows division. The same pattern appears in real-world crises, like climate change or AI, where nations often delay cooperation. First, the theme of fear is deeply embedded in the way the story is told. The nonlinear storytelling builds suspense, keeping viewers disoriented and constantly aware danger is unfolding across different timelines. Flashbacks give us an insight into key characters' pasts, revealing the emotional and ideological motivations behind their choices, especially figures like Ye Wen-jae. Visually, the show contrasts the surreal, dreamlike atmosphere of the VR game with the dark shadow tones of real-world scenes, emphasizing the growing sense of dread. Finally, sound design and editing work together to heighten this atmosphere. As noted by Dyson, the use of sound and rapid disoriented cuts emphasize existential dread, constantly reminding the audience that humanity's survival is hanging on by a thread. In conclusion, the three-body problem offers more than just speculative fiction. It critiques our global instability, showing that cooperation arises only when fear overcomes self-interest. By weaving together political theory, historical parallels, and formal storytelling technique, the show argues that without the presence of overwhelming external pressures, like an existential threat, humanity is unlikely to overcome its division and will remain fragmented. Here are some food for thought questions. Is the VR game used as an escape, or is it a deeper form of manipulation? How does the personal trauma of Ye Wen-jae parallel to the real-world loss of trust in institutions? Could humanity ever unite without the need for fear? Take some time to think about these questions, now learning the information that you have, and answer them. And lastly, here is my works cited page.